welcome back to Park Bench Sullivan. We're here today with Daniel Thornton, Vortex Taekwondo on 64th Avenue. So Daniel, thanks for taking the time out of your schedule today to talk with us. So Vortex Taekwondo, tell us what you've got here for a business.
So we offer Taekwondo lessons for all kids age 5 and up. We have adults classes, we have a high performance program. We offer after school pickup service as well a little bit. It's kind of a small program, but we do that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's generally just Taekwondo. A lot of people ask, do we do kickboxing or other styles of martial arts? We're purely Taekwondo. We don't do jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, or any boxing or anything like that. So, but yeah, we're pretty much one of the top competitive Taekwondo schools in British Columbia.
All right. And how long have you been here?
I've been in this location for about 13 years, and previously another location up on King George for 3 years prior to that. So, but we've been here for quite some time now.
Okay. And how did you get started in Taekwondo, and obviously leading into this business? But
so, I mean, Taekwondo, I was a fan of Bruce Lee, and I was like 7 years old, and I got to see Bruce Lee fight Chuck Norris, and my dad said that Chuck Norris had done Taekwondo, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do that since there was no Kung Fu in the area. I wanted to do Kung Fu, but I ended up doing Taekwondo, and it's been Taekwondo ever since. So.
All right, and that obviously evolved into getting into this business.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Korea for 8 years, and while I was living there, I was training Taekwondo, teaching English. I married a Korean woman and brought her home, and basically we ended up hearing from my Grandmaster, who had a student that was running a school in Surrey area and was looking to sell, and so I ended up purchasing it kind of while I was living in Korea and moved home and opened up this school. So.
Okay, and this studio is a bit unique, I guess, in the fact that not only do you have a master in-house, you have 2 masters, and you yourself are a Grandmaster. Yeah. And all 3 of you are teaching here.
Yes. Yeah, so we have, like I said, I'm a 7th degree black belt master, and then I have a 5th degree master that's one of our head instructors, and our assistant instructor is a 4th degree master, and he's also been on Canadian national team 5 times. Wow. He's one of the top male performing athletes in the country.
Well, the students you have training here have a lot of accolades, I guess you could say. They're very well ranked in the country.
Yeah, we've had, I mean, most of our team has been on national team or been national podium or national champion at some point. We have multiple male and female. I mean, it's very popular with the girls. Our team is almost half and half, if not. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit female strong, actually. Okay. And we have, right now, we have one girl who's very, very close to qualifying for the Olympics in 2020 in Tokyo. So we're about to go to Costa Rica next month, and we compete in the Pan American Olympic qualifier. Wow. And if she places top 2 in her division, we get to go to the Olympics.
Anything that people might not know about your business?
I think that the biggest thing is probably the qualification of the instructors, as well as the fact that we are like a very, very competitive Taekwondo school. We pretty much, when we go to British Columbia or BC championships, most of our athletes usually win the event, go to nationals, and usually place top in the country. So I think that's one of the big things that, I mean, a lot of schools, they offer Taekwondo lessons, but a lot of them don't have a very comprehensive high performance program for kids that want to do something with it instead of just, doing self-defense and martial arts.
Okay, a couple of questions about that then. It's not just kids here, you train adults as well?
Oh yes, absolutely, okay. Yeah. Like our team, like a competitive team is basically from 12 years old and up. So we have sort of three categories of division. One is called cadet, which is 12 to 14 year olds. And then there's juniors, which are 15 to 17. And then there's seniors, which are 17 and up. So currently our team is probably about half and half senior and junior and cadet. So we have quite a few people. There's about 16 people that are on our high performance team. Okay. But our classes are, I mean, generally the recreation program is run throughout the early afternoon, from about 3 o'clock on. And we have classes for kids that are learning both the martial art as well as the sport.
Okay. So you're not just training high performance teams here. Somebody wants to come in and just learn some Taekwondo, is not interested maybe in getting all the way to a black belt. You still cater to those people.
Oh, absolutely, well. Yeah. I mean, the large majority of the school is the recreation program. Okay. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. The kids just come in and they do their classes a couple days a week, and then go home after that and see them next week. So
okay.
Yeah.
So what is it that people seem to love most about your business here?
I think it's the instructors. The instructors are fantastic people. They're great with kids. They're very friendly. They're sometimes very goofy. It keeps it fun. It's strict, but yet the kids are allowed to have fun within that. There's always boundaries, and it's a very structured program.
Of course.
But having the ability to joke around with the kids and have fun and keep them interested is key to a business like this. And the instructors that we have are fantastic for that.
All right. Is there any particular memorable experience you've had with a particular student?
I think that being the fact that you're working with kids, there's always memorable experiences. It can be from seeing the kids grow from very young all the way up to young adults and going to university, graduating university, and becoming fine young men and women in the society. That's always very rewarding. Another one is seeing the athletes achieve their goals. It's always something that's been a passion for me is to be sitting in the chair coaching at these events, and that last second goes out and the athlete starts jumping up and down because they just won nationals, and they come running across the mat and they give you this huge hug, and it's pretty rewarding on that side. And it goes from that to even seeing children come in here who have mental or physical disabilities. We had one quite a few years ago, and he could barely lift his leg without falling on the ground, but he stuck with it. He was here for years, and by the time he finished up, he almost got his black belt, and he was kicking above his waist. Wow. He was able to spin around, and it was probably the single most rewarding experience, seeing a kid like that to develop into being able to control himself and be coordinated somewhat, and being able to do Taekwondo on his own level. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it would be. Or what is it that you really like about the area?
Well, I think it's a fast-growing community, and it's a lot of young communities, a lot of young families that are living in the area. It's growing very, very fast. And I think that being involved with a lot of the schools in the area and the neighborhood, you get to meet a lot of the individuals that live here, and it seems to be a really nice community for everybody to sort of grow up in. It's quite a nice area.
Okay. And you must get a lot of support just from the local community. Most of your customers, most of your students would be local?
Yeah, I would say that, like 95% of our student base is from the local area. We have a lot of our high performance athletes come from across the Lower Mainland,
right.
But the majority of our athletes and practitioners do definitely come from this area.
Okay, and what would be the best way, somebody wants to come in and check you out here, what's the best way for them to contact you?
Give us a phone call. The number's outside, and they could call us or send us an email, and even just stop in. We're always open from like 3 o'clock on, and the doors are always open for anybody to just sort of walk in and ask some questions and
right.
go from
and people
there.
can come in and just try it out, maybe.
Yeah, we do.
Sure.
We do offer free trials. So people can come in and sort of schedule a trial, and they can come in and try a class and see what they think and go from there.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much again for taking the time out of your schedule today to speak with us. And for those of you watching, Park Bench Sullivan, it's Vortex Taekwondo on 64th, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.